Hello and welcome to Joburg Today. My name is Dumi Hlapo, bringing you the best of what's going down in and around Johannesburg. The Goethe Institute recently launched an art exhibit that examines modern African architecture and its colonial and post-colonial roots.
The Goethe Institute recently launched a photography exhibit called African Modernism, Architecture of Independence. This exhibit examines African architecture from the 50s and 60s.
The exhibit shows the architecture that was built during the era of decolonization, in the era of independence of sub-Saharan African countries. I'm very interested in this relationship between architecture and politics. The architecture that is exhibited here is maybe an ideal showcase to understand this relationship.
The exhibit runs until January 26th, after which it will travel through sub-Saharan Africa. It consists of analyzation and photographs of over 80 buildings in 5 countries: Ivory Coast, Senegal, Kenya, Zambia, and Ghana.
We can use the architecture, we can understand the buildings as a way of deciphering this very complex and often contradictory process of independence. One example is the Hotel Ivoire. The Hotel Ivoire is a luxury hotel built immediately after independence. Building has really traced the political history of the country with all the ups and downs. It was the place where the biggest and most glamorous parties were celebrated, but it also became the location of and the base of militias when Côte d'Ivoire fell into civil war, and the tower of the Hotel Ivoire was literally used as a sniper's post, and now it has been reopened and tries to link back to its glorious past. We can reshift a little bit the discourse that we have, especially in the West, and the look on the African continent, not anymore as a area of plight, conflict and problems, but as an area where the most wonderful cultural production was taking place.
I'm Samuel Gebhardt for Joburg Today.
My name is Kanja Aitz and you're watching Joburg Today.
Like us on Facebook, joburgtoday.tv, and follow us on Twitter at Joburg Today. And if you're one of those that are constantly on the move, do catch us on pockettv.mobi, and that's pocket with an I. Anatii is no stranger to the music industry. At the tender age of 14, he was creating beats for local and international artists. And at the age of 22, he is still making his mark. We caught up with him and had a chat with him about the music industry and what he's currently getting up to.
We've seen him everywhere in the media, and we went to Anatii's Tea Time studio to see what he's cooking at this present moment.
I like to call myself the electronic bushman, just in terms of, like, that's what I'm about, fusing African and world sounds together. I'll wake up, brush my teeth, go through emails, like on the internet, just kind of see what's going on in the world, and then come down to the studio and just get to work. Like in the morning, I start working in the morning. I grew up in SA, and I've pretty much been back and forth in terms of going to the States and just working on my music, you know, pursuing my dreams and things like that. I started producing when I was about 13 or 14 for Morel, El Tito, Cypho. I worked with Lebo M, who worked on The Lion King. And then I did the record with Khaled when I was 17. It's a bit challenging, but I feel like I try to stay on top of my game, just because I do a lot of studying, and like I always check like what's new and like what's really happening, like in terms of the sound, and also like working overseas, working with different guys just gives you a different, you know, outlook on things. You know, I'm more open-minded when it comes to music, you know, and sonically I know how to make things sound a certain way. It's just about determination, being focused, and really believing in what you're trying to do and what you're trying to achieve, and just make sure that that's really like what you're really trying to do. A lot of people just might want to do something because it's the end thing.
For Joburg Today.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Anatii, the electronic bushman, sexy chubby, and you guys are tuned in to Joburg Today.
Youth is the future, and in the case of the students' exhibition of UJ Faculty Arts, Design and Architecture, the youth showcase what that future might hold.
This week, the University of Johannesburg Faculty of Art, Design and Architecture hosts the end-of-the-year student exhibition, which showcases the best that the students have to offer.
It's the annual exhibition of all the student work here at the Faculty of Art, Design and Architecture at the University of Johannesburg. And it just shows off the best work that the students will be doing from first year through to our postgraduate programs. The arts, in a sense, are the conscience of a nation. You know, they're a barometer of who we are as a people. We see that explored here in the extent to which our programs are very focused on finding sustainable answers to real social problems.
The exhibit, which runs until the end of next week at the UJ Faculty of Art, Design and Architecture building, exhibits projects from 8 different programs: graphic design, multimedia, visual art, industrial design, fashion design, jewelry, interior design, and architecture.
Students are actively engaging with industry. They do real-world projects. They're very focused on finding solutions that work in terms of designing the world that they want to have and the world that they want to leave behind.
My final project of the year looked at rehabilitating a large portion of Johannesburg's southern reef border, those ones containing the mine dumps, the big engineered mine dumps at the Diepkloof interchange, and looking to rehabilitate those soils with a plantation, a timber tree plantation. So instead of just deforesting the entire area, which contains a lot of eucalyptus trees, I looked at replacing those trees rather with a less thirsty, more ecological, sustainable pine or conifer tree. This faculty really focuses on producing students with a very high sensibility and sensitivity to these social and economic factors, but still merging that with a very high degree of creativity. And so fusing or synthesizing those two paradigms, that's what makes this university or this faculty really one in a million, not only across South Africa, but the Southern Hemisphere and worldwide.
I hope that people will come away from this just firstly impressed, impressed with the standard of commitment that the students show to the work that they do. You know, the most that we can ask of any kind of creative discipline, I suppose, is that it alters your perceptions. And even if it does that just for a moment, if it makes you think differently about something, then it has transformed you as a human being.
I'm Samuel Gebhardt for Joburg Today.
My name is Vusinova, and I'd rather go blind than not to watch Joburg Today.
That's it for today. For more on what's going down in the city, do check out our playlist as well as the latest episode of Leading Opinion with Nashina. From myself, Dumin Chapo, I do leave you with Build It Up by Monarch.
Back in ETV.
Love is the strangest feeling. Oh, you won't get enough, but it won't last forever till you got pretty rough. Fear is a crazy feeling. Oh, it will drag you down, but it won't last forever till you've gotten pretty tough. I can't wish to fly, but I'm gonna spread my wings, and we ain't giving up till we've seen it all. Yeah, we can build it up when it feels like breaking down. So keep a little bit, oh, keep a little bit of your heart. We can build it up when you're losing all control. So keep a little bit, oh, keep a little bit of your soul. Now let your heart believe in what you're living for, knowing and if you never find something you adore. Oh, love that crazy feeling, yeah, you won't get enough, but it won't last forever till you got them pretty tough. I can't wish to fly, but I'm gonna spread my wings, and we ain't giving up till we've seen it all. Yeah, we can build it up when it feels like breaking down. So give a little bit, oh, give a little bit of your heart. We can build it up when you're losing all control. So give a little bit, oh, give a little bit of your soul. I wanna break the silence of anonymity. You wanna go and start a war since you were 17. I wanna shake the chains of your animosity. You're willing, but you're holding on to all your vanity. I wanna break the silence. I wanna set us free so we can work on moving on instead of retreat. We can build it up when it feels like breaking down. So keep a little bit, oh, keep a little bit of your heart. We can build it up when you're losing all control. So keep a little bit, oh, keep a little bit of your soul. Give a little bit of your